Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Friday night. It's MattyNum3ers here. We're going to take a look at this Sunday's NFL games. Sunday, January 20th. It's the conference championships here in the NFL. We got the Rams at the Saints. Saints are currently 3.5-point favorites at home. The Pats at the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are 3-point favorites at home. Couple things we need to consider on both games. We're going to break down the Rams and the Saints first, followed by the Pats and the Chiefs. Then I'm going to give you some insight on Tommy Brady and Patty Mahomes, and then, of course, Jared Goff and Drew Brees. So let's kick it off with the Rams and the Saints. Both teams coming in this 13-3 regular season records. If we take a look at this particular breakout, we're going to see that the Saints are 3.5-point favorites at home. They get a 63.2% chance of winning the game, 36.8% to the visiting Rams. A couple of things you want to keep in mind, right? We can look at regular season stats all we want. We're not going to do this. It's going to be a fairly short video, probably 6-7 minutes at most. But like I said, I want to get a pretty strong breakdown of both of these games. First things first, right? The over-under in the Rams-New Orleans game is 57. They're in New Orleans. They're inside. Weather's not going to happen. Weather's not going to matter. We're going to go over in this one. I think Drew Brees and company is just a little bit more mature. Love the 3.5 right now. According to the folks at Number Fire, the Rams are 8-1 against the spread. Perfect 500 record. The Saints are 3 games plus at a 10-7 ATS record. So again, playoff experience, playoff maturity, playoff home field advantage, if you want to call that, a little HFA action going on there. Certainly the Saints are going to come into this one. Tons of weapons there. You got Drew Brees, you got Alvin Kamara, you got Michael Thomas. These are people that, you want to take a look at. You want to keep in your fantasy lineups. But you also want to take a look at maybe the WR4, WR5, WR6. Guys like Hill, guys like Kirkwood, you want to throw in the mix. They're probably going to be low percentage plays from that perspective. And these are the guys that are really, really going to drive and be the driving force behind the New Orleans Saints. As they cruise to victory over the Rams, that 3.5 is going to be easily covered. Probably looking at a 6-7, maybe 8-point win by the Saints against the Rams at home. Are the Rams going to bring a challenge to the table? Of course they are. And here's why. One of the unpredictable question marks, whatever you want to call it, for the Rams the last few games has been an ex-Denver Bronco by the name of C.J. Anderson. Guy threw down last week, and I think he's going to come to the table once more. The dual threat with Gurley and Anderson, as well as the 5 or 6 deep receiving core of the Rams, are going to put a fight up. But like I said, it's going to be the Saints by 6, 7, probably 8 in this one. 57 points is the over-under. We're going to go over here. I'm going to say Saints put up 35 at home. So it's going to be a 35-28 final. 35-28 in favor of the Saints in Game 1 at 3:05, Sunday, January 20th on Fox. So let's go back one page here. Let's take the breakdown. Let's talk Patty Mahomes and Tommy Brady. What do we have aside from, the infamous matchup of the GOAT and the probable GOAT of this generation, I guess you want to call him. Tommy Brady is the GOAT of our generation. We've seen the guy win 6, just completely dominate, blow away the AFC, come back from multiple injuries, throw to no-name receivers, and still win games. With the exception of the Giants, who did beat them twice in the Super Bowl, and, Eli Manning's claim to fame and how he's going to get the Hall of Fame is beating the Pats twice in the Super Bowl, and that's, pretty much what's going to solidify that. Now, coming back to Sunday's game here, I like to go off tangents, which you guys probably have seen in previous episodes there. So the Chiefs are -3 at home against the Pats. This game simulated, forecasted, trended, any which way you put it, any which way you try and calculate it, 1,000 times, 10,000 times, 100,000 times, don't really care. What's going on here is this game is going to come down to probably a point, final drive, final minute and a half. Whoever gets the ball last is going to win this. And I think, as much as everybody's going to hate this, that the Kansas City Chiefs outplay the New England Patriots at home as 3-point favorites. Brady's mature, Belichick's mature, but you can only throw to no-name receivers and have no-name backs running that offense for so long. I think now what you have are an offensive powerhouse in the Kansas City Chiefs, playing with a little chip on their shoulder after Kareem Hunt's bullshit earlier in the year. Everybody thought they were dead in the water. They weren't. There are some crazy, crazy talented kids on that team. This one is probably not going to go over. So let's take a look at that real quick, and then I'll kind of wrap things up in the next 2 minutes. But like I said, championship weekend, KC's got a 66.8% chance of winning the game. New England's got a 33.2% chance of winning the game. For you crazy kids out there, I may take New England on the money line just because history, but I don't think history repeats itself this year. KC, under Patty Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, some of those other names that are there, some of the other crazy receivers, Conley, some of the kid that, returns the kicks. I mean, I know that's Hill primarily, but there's another kid there that's going to be getting the ball, going to be, running game, going crazy. Brady does have James White and Sony Michel. I'm pretty sure KC's defense holds them both. But as we take a look at this, KC's -3, New England's +3, +145 on the money line. Like I said, I throw maybe a nickel or two on the 145 just as insurance. But this game goes under, and I think Kansas City's going to win another one. That's going to be close, but I think it's going to be 24-20 KC. New England's going to play him tough in the second and third quarter. I just think KC gets the ball last and either storms down, makes it 24-20, or holds the ball and makes it does what they do best, right? It's not going to be a blowout either way. This one's going to be tight. We're going to go under. 56.5 is not going to happen with the temperature as low as it's going to be, with the wind chill, with the on-field feel. Wind's going to be blowing. Weather's going to be a factor. The under is definitely going to go in this one. KC's going to win at home. Pat Mahomes is going to unseat the GOAT. And that's pretty much how we're going to wrap this one up. So just to recap, right? We're going to go Saints, and we're going to go the over in the Saints game. We're going to go KC. We're going to go the under in the KC game. It's Matty Numbers. I'm out. Good luck, everybody.